Deciding they had enough scares for one day, they began packing up when a tree ominously started to fall toward them. The next moment plunged them into a deeper sense of terror. Welcome back, fellow thrill seekers. Today, we invite you to step into a harrowing lore of darkness and a moral dilemma that will test the limits of your courage and empathy and explore the chilling question: what would you do when faced with the choice between survival and sacrificing your humanity? But before we immerse ourselves in this chilling adventure, let's smash the like button to satiate the YouTube algorithm. Now, let the supernatural unfold. Deep within the heart of the treacherous wilderness, you are with a group of explorers, and you find yourselves on the edge of survival. Legends warn of the Wendigo's curse, the transformation that occurs when one indulges in the forbidden act of cannibalism. You would be standing at a crossroads, torn between your survival and the moral quandary that now engulfs you. Should you abandon your principles and succumb to the primal instinct to save yourself at any cost? Or should you hold on to your humanity, even in the face of imminent death, consequences of not holding on? You would turn yourself into a creature driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh, a relentless force that compels you to seek out your next meal. You would have an emaciated form and piercing eyes that send shivers down your victims' spines as they realize the perilous situation they now find themselves in. The line between predator and prey blurs as the insidious influence of your newly found instincts seep into your mind and tempts you to forsake your very essence. Each step you take, each decision you make carries weight. The group's survival hangs in the balance, but at what cost? Is it worth sacrificing your humanity, your compassion, and your soul to escape the clutches of death? As your whole group grapples with their moral compasses, you face unimaginable horrors. Survival pushes you to the brink, testing your limits physically, mentally, and ethically. What sacrifices would you make? What lines would you cross? According to ancient folklore, the Wendigo offered a tantalizing solution to the unrelenting pangs of hunger. But the price for satiating one's appetite with human flesh is steep, a curse that would forever alter their existence. The transformation begins with a profound yearning for more, an insatiable greed that consumed the hearts of those who succumbed. As they indulged in the forbidden feast, their bodies twisted and contorted, elongating into grotesque forms. Their hearts grew cold, and their humanity was lost. Throughout history, harrowing encounters and bone-chilling tales of the Wendigo have been recounted by those who have glimpsed its wretched form. Witnesses speak of a towering figure with gaunt features, sunken eyes that reflect the darkness within, and an insatiable hunger that emanates from its very being. Long ago, a tale of desperation, greed, and harrowing transformation emerged in the frozen wilderness of the North. The legend of the Wendigo was born from the dire circumstances faced by Native American tribes during times of scarcity and famine. The Wendigo, it is said, was once a human, driven to the brink of madness by an insatiable hunger. In the darkest depths of winter, as resources dwindled and starvation loomed, individuals would fall prey to the alluring whispers of the Wendigo spirit. But the legend of the Wendigo extends beyond the realms of Native American tribes. It has captured the imaginations of storytellers, artists, and those drawn to the mysteries that lie hidden in the wilderness. Its presence is felt in literature, film, and art, weaving its way into the collective consciousness. We have, for example, the 1999 film Ravenous, where the Wendigo is a central theme, although it never directly appears. The story revolves around a rogue colonel during the Mexican-American War who becomes obsessed with the Wendigo myth and starts consuming his enemy's flesh in hopes of gaining strength. But at what cost? We also have the supposedly real-life encounter with a Wendigo by a Redditor named Bradley Innovates in 2019. Bradley, a recently separated Marine, returned home to Alabama and reunited with his lifelong friend, Jacob. The two ventured to a secluded campsite from their childhood, armed with a long gun for target practice. As they chatted, the conversation veered toward cryptids, specifically the dreaded Wendigo that lurked in the woods. Curiosity took hold, and Bradley played along with the summoning ritual, uttering the Wendigo's name 3 times into the dense forest. first, nothing seemed to happen until an unsettling snap shattered the silence. Bradley and Jacob recoiled in a reflexive panic as coyotes raced past them. Deciding they had enough scares for one day, they began packing up when a tree ominously started to fall toward them. The next moment plunged them into a deeper sense of terror. They heard the voice of Jacob's younger sister calling out to them, despite her absence from the trip. The realization hit hard. Something was horribly wrong. Panic consumed them as they laid eyes on the creature itself. Emaciated and fleshless, it stood before them with desiccated skin as pale as ash and piercing blue eyes. In a desperate bid for survival, they fired at the monster and fled screaming toward their car, barely escaping with their lives. They survived the encounter, but were undoubtedly left with a psychological mark from what they saw. We journeyed deeper into the chilling lore of the Wendigo. We uncovered additional facets that amplify the terror. The unyielding hunger, its psychological torment, the taboos and rituals, and its transformation. The Wendigo served as a cautionary tale, manifesting the consequences of unchecked desire and the dangers of forsaking one's moral compass. Remember to share your thoughts in the comments below. What would you do when choosing between survival and sacrificing your humanity? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, ensuring you won't miss out on future explorations into the depths of moral dilemmas and the most macabre corners of the paranormal. And never forget to keep watching while they're watching you.